for being okay, let's take a look. So according to our syllabus, basically we already finished the introduction. Okay, we talk about the learning attitude, the benefit of meditation, the condition, and then number 4 is the condemn desire and abandon hindrances. Okay, and then we come to the practice. We already finished. We are in the meditating by sitting. We got different type of the breathing. So class, today we are in this stage. It's about the different type of the breathing. So in the previous lesson, we talked about that there will be the gaps. Okay, and then this is once we are in this type of breathing, we call it as the once you breathe like a wind or like a gaps. Or the chi wind or gas are basically actually you are not supposed to meditate. Chi and the C is the good way, is the good situation of the breathing. Okay, and then in previous lesson we talk about abdominal breathing. Abdominal breathing meaning to say that you can breathe through your abdomen and by using your diaphragm. Most of the people they breathe through their chest, whereas the chest breathing basically it will only, chest breathing basically can trigger your defilement easily. Whereas if you are able to use abdominal breathing, you can easily calm down your mind. Okay, so now from the abdominal breathing in the previous lesson, you have gone through two video clips, and you have already experimented how lie down and feel the abdominal breathing. Am I right? You tried it before. So today we go to another two types of breathing. One is the worm breathing, worm-like breathing. Another one is the tortoise-like breathing. So can you please read the passage of abdominal worm-like breathing, please? The fetus.
The fetus in mother's womb does not breathe through his own nose, but through circulation system, which is connected with the mother. For those who attain jhana, the abdominal breathing.
Okay, sorry, you can stop here first. Okay, I think I prefer let you to watch a video clip in the first place, then we go in. It's even better. So please enjoy the video clip now. Okay, sorry. We should go in this way. So. Yeah, enjoy the video clip, please.
Back. We've all heard the expression, you can't fit a round peg into a square hole. But don't tell that to the man you're about to meet. He's a mystical Frenchman who will attempt to do the truly impossible. Let's go to Mark Thompson in our Guinness studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Yogi Kudu. He has been studying the discipline of yoga for the past 43 years. He stands 6 feet tall and weighs 183 pounds. He will attempt to squeeze his entire frame into this box. It measures 15.7 by 16.9 by 20.9 inches. Let me show you how small that is. This is a 5-gallon water bottle. Take a look. Now, once inside the box, the yogi will be submerged underwater. Guinness judges are going to be timing both how long the yogi will be in the box and underwater for a new Guinness record. You ready? The yogi's requested everyone in our studio be as quiet as possible while he prepares himself. In order to fit his 6-foot, 183-pound body into the box, the yogi needs incredible flexibility and concentration to prepare himself. The yogi has put himself into a meditative state called samadhi. It's a meditative technique that allows him to slow his heartbeat down to 32 beats a minute. The yogi grew up on the French island of Guadeloupe. He speaks very little English. It was there that he learned this is body meditations. Right now, he's ready to enter the box. necessary to do this. It's seemingly impossible to achieve. I remind you, the yogi is 6 feet tall. The box is 20 inches high. Doesn't slow his heart rate and breathing sufficiently before he enters the box. He could run out of oxygen once the box is sealed. Again, I caution you, do not try this at home. Right now, as the yogi is about to fully enter the box, he's touching his forehead to reopen what he calls the chakra. He told me that this is the moment when he leaves his physical body. He claims to be outside and above it. Six-foot man getting inside this tiny box of 20 inches. This is remarkable. He's almost completely inside. This is a stunning sight. The yogi's in a fetal position, which he has to maintain for the next 6 or 7 minutes. Once he's completely inside, I remind you, as if this weren't enough, the box will be completely submerged in water. He's entirely free. He's on the inside. Nobody else is watching. You cannot see that it's almost beyond belief. That's the yogi's son with. He'll be assisting his father, and now he's closing the door to the box. He's the only one of the yogi trusts to seal that box correctly. The box is sealed. Working staff is carefully carrying the yogi over to a tank of water, which he'll be carefully submerged completely. To help conserve oxygen, the yogi claims his pulse is now 32 beats a minute. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed. His head is still tucked in the fetal position, and he's now completely submerged. This is ice that's being added to slow down the yogi's respiration. He says that the cooler the water, the more his pores will close. That allows him to save his energy. The fishes swimming inside the box are there to illustrate there's no trick to what you are seeing. The water, the tank, is all real. This is no illusion. As you can see, the yogi has now been inside the box for 3 minutes and 25 seconds. That's 5 minutes now that the yogi's been in the box. Once again, what you're looking at is absolutely real and incredibly dangerous. The yogi has no hidden oxygen supply. His meditation and concentration are all he's relying on to keep him alive. Son Wilmeth is the only one who knows how long his father could be in the water. He just has asked for the yogi to be removed now. The yogi's been underwater for almost 5 minutes now, and it's coming about 6 minutes inside of that box. This is unbelievable. Wilmeth is now unlatching the box. I remind you, he's tall and 183 pounds. I can't help but think that he's suffocating or breathing this time. He's emerging. There's almost a surreal atmosphere in the studio right now. tells us that at the moment he re-enters his body, there's a moment of shock. He says that's because the conscious mind makes the body aware of his surroundings. Yogi's experiencing that shock that makes him shake. It's a cold sensation of reality. Back, what I've just said approaches the impossible. The total time in the box, 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yes, we should applause too. Fantastic. Okay, Shireen, can you please try to elaborate? What did you watch just now?
So I think it's amazing that his mind control his body, right? Yeah.
Okay, so Shireen, maybe in the very beginning we noticed that according to the horse, so he is going to squeeze himself in a very small box, right? Okay, and then he is about 6 feet tall, so he managed to squeeze himself into the box. Then secondly, what did they do after he squeezed himself into the box?
Put him in the water and also with the ice on top.
Yes, why they put the ice is still the purpose to reduce the metabolism of the body, because they expect the oxygen will be exhausted later on. Okay, because the box is very small, so meaning to say that he will spend at least six minutes without any without any oxygen inside the box, but still able to survive. Okay, do you remember, according to the science, how many seconds the scarcity of the oxygen can cause defect in the brain? Do you remember? 20 seconds like that, right?
Yeah, seconds.
Like meaning to say that he has performed something extraordinary. It seems like okay. So Evelyn, what else you would like to add in from the video clip? What do you notice? What do you observe, someone?
His calmness, I think, his mental, like what Shireen said, mental actually helps him to control his mind and body. And another thing is I saw him like touching a pendant.
Touching this one, right?
This one and the pendant.
This one, this is the chakra. Pendant, what pendant?
The chain.
The chain, right? You mean?
Yes.
Okay. Well, according to him, he say he touched the chakra because his soul is going to go out from the chakra, according to him. Okay. Okay. So yes, roughly, this is what you observed just now. So let's go back to the text. Okay. Can you please finish the reading of the text? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Womb-like breathing, the fetus.
The fetus in mother's womb does not breathe through his own nose, but through circulation system, which is connected with the mother. For those who attain jhana, the abdominal breathing will upgrade Tortoise breathing. Pulse turn itself as respiratory organ. At this moment, the pulse becomes uncertain, but still depends on external oxygen for supply. The universal is the womb now, and our body is the baby inside the womb. Tortoise-like breathing. The tortoise is among the animals with the longest lifespan. It will still survive even without the supply of food and the air after having been buried for hundreds of years. Those meditate to fourth jhana can do the same, survive without air and their heartbeat stops. They are different from the corpse since their body is not decayable and the biological structure is still alive. When samadhi goes strong, the breathing turns from partly tortoise-like to fully tortoise-like state. At this moment, the body of meditator himself forms a small universe. The energy within the body circulating and self-supply without depends on external energy for consumption. Anyway, the beginner should not be ambitious and act with undue haste. The upgrade of nose breathing to abdominal breathing is considerably good.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry, is my bookmark today is correct? It is correct. We haven't gone through the video clip, right? We haven't, right?
No.
No. So today my bookmark is correct. We begin with the womb-like breathing and tortoise-like. It is correct. Correct. Okay. So class, can you please highlight the point? And then please try to review. Once you finish highlight the point, please try to think about, please try to check for me whether just now the Lama Kudru, which one breathing did he practicing? Okay. Because here we've got 4 types of the breathing, chest breathing, abdominal breathing, womb-like breathing, and tortoise-like breathing. Please analyze for me which one breathing is adopted by him. Once you get the answer ready, please raise hand by Zoom. You know already. Okay, you know already. What type of breathing has been practiced by him? Okay. One people finish. Serene, how come you highlight so soon? How come?
Huh?
How come you highlight so soon?
No, just now I think I finished until the second last paragraph. Now I think you move it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Three people finish. Okay, Michael, can I know your answer first? So, Michael, which type of breathing you think the Lama Kudru is practicing? On the mic, please, Michael.
Womb-like breathing, Master.
Womb-like breathing. Anybody agree womb-like breathing? Please raise your hand. Okay, Serene. Okay, so 2 of you think for womb-like breathing. Gideon, how about you?
Maybe it's tortoise-like breathing.
Tortoise. Okay. So you on it, Evelyn, which type of breathing you think?
I think it's tortoise.
Tortoise-like. Okay, good. Basically, actually, you're all right. You see, actually, the breathing happens gradually. Normally, as I think Lama Kudru in the very beginning, maybe he doesn't begin with the chest breathing, but maybe he begins from the abdominal breathing. So once you go into the box, from the tortoise-like breathing, will change to the womb-like breathing, meaning to say that he breathes through his skin, okay, because we've got so many pores on the skin, so he breathed through the skin, but he couldn't sustain long because the box is too small. So meaning to say that before the finish of the oxygen, he must be able to shift to the tortoise-like breathing so that he can survive without any oxygen. In Buddhism, for those who are able to achieve to the tortoise-like breathing, stop breathing, that would be fourth jhana in Buddhism. I think obviously this guy, according to the explanation, I don't know whether you hear or not. Actually, he is a Tibetan. Then one of his parents is a France, I think. So I think he's considered as a France. Okay. He also got kids. Did you hear that? He say he only trusts his kid to bring him inside to the water. You see. So that's what we see from here. Okay, anyway, so meaning to say actually the breathing, tortoise-like is the major. But from tortoise-like, it should be from womb-like breathing, shift to the tortoise-like breathing. But for us, abdominal breathing is considered quite so good already for most of us here. If you are able to achieve to this type of breathing. But anyway, are you admiring him or not? Anyone admiring him? You hope that one day you can achieve tortoise-like breathing, and just maybe you can call all your family members. You tell them, hey guys, today I wish to perform your tortoise-like breathing. So today I wouldn't breathe anymore. Please let me show you. Anyone admire him? Anyone? Should I know? Oh, Tan. Yeah, Mike. Tan, why do you admire Lama Kudru? Why? The Yogi Kudru, why do you admire him?
He is able to do something that what ordinary human cannot do, making himself small and not able to stop breathing.
So, meaning to say that you hope that one day you can, it is achievable for you. You mean you hope that one day you can.
Hopefully lah.
How about the rest, Serene? You don't would you like this thing happen to you?
Yes, but I think you have to through practice and all that, and also I think need to put effort on it lah. So I don't think I can do it lah.
Maybe not system. Maybe not. It would happen instantly. You need more practice lah. But do you think are your family member ready for it? One day you can achieve without any breathing and squeeze yourself into the box under the water. Do you think are they ready for it?
No.
No, like, I think the first thing they will do, they will just maybe, they will have a video camera to you or record the thing to you, then upload to the YouTube and tell the whole world. So every people will dissect you for experiment, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically, actually, it is good for you to admire because this type of achievement, meaning to say that your mind have to go very focused and achieve the extraordinary level. It is good for you to admire. But in the previous lesson, no people raise hand. They said they feel scary for it. Actually, no need to scare. Okay, you can target for it. But for us, once you can feel the abdominal breathing, your life is very enjoyable already. Because you will feel peace and calm once you are in the abdominal breathing. Okay. So next, let's take a look. Now we go back to this long and the short breath. We go back to the lesson number 1. Remember, in the lesson number 1, we are in the grasp your meditation object. In the lesson number 1, we tell you how to get your touching point, and from touching point you're able to watch the breath in and out, and then do the counting. Okay, so remember, half of you do the counting, half of you without counting. So now we go back to this because there's totally 5 stages for the skills. We already finished 2. Now we complete the rest. Even though we haven't achieved yet, it doesn't matter. So we give you a bag, then you just, then you explore your journey by yourself, slowly and gradually. So next paragraph is a counting breath. Consider you know already. Now we go to the long and the short breath. Yeah, Michael, can you please read the passage? Long and short breath.
If you are able to do so, then you should give up counting and proceed to the next stage. If you are breathing in a long breath, you know that it is a long in breath. Or breathing in a short breath, you know that it is a short breath. And breathing out a short breath, you know that it is a short out breath. What is long and short here? It is the duration of time. If it takes a long time to breathe, then it is a long breath. And if it takes a short time to breathe, then it is a short breath. Breathe normally and do not try to make the breath long or short. Do not mentally label as long or short. However, if you must use mental labeling, then only label such as in breath, out breath, or breathing in, breathing out. Only be aware of breath being long or short. But concentration must still be on the breath that is touching the nostril or upper lips. Do not follow the breath inside the body or outside the body. If the meditator follows the breath inside and out of the body, he will not be able to perfect his concentration.
Okay, yes. Yeah, some more a little bit. Okay, therefore, please.
Calmly like this, and yet no nimitta appears, then they should proceed to the next stage.
Okay, thank you so much. Please highlight the point.
Wait.
Yeah, please highlight. Please raise your hand if you finish highlighting. Okay, class, let's take a look. Finish. Okay, one people finish already. Okay. Okay, finish. Oh, okay. Okay, class, if you still remember, in the lesson number 1, we are going to look for the touching point in the first place. Then once we get a touching point, we will try to pay attention in the touching point and then watch the breath in and out by do the counting, you see. But we notice that actually when we go to the stage 2, we call it a long and short breath. Sometimes it take longer time for breath to pass through this part. Sometimes it's shorter time to pass through this part. So in this stage, no matter the breath take longer time or shorter time to pass through, you have to know it. If that's the case, so class, I would like to ask you the question that, so counting breath and the long and short breath, which one is more higher level? Counting or long and short breath? Which one is more higher level? 1 or 2? 1 is the counting. Second is the long and short breath. Which one is more advanced level? Okay, yes, Sherin, vote for 2.
2.
Yes, okay, Kenny also 2. How about Michael? 1 or 2? Evelyn is 2. 2 is correct. So class, remember, for those who do the counting breath, once you're able to concentrate for half an hour, it's time for you to shift to the long and short breath. And remember, don't do too many laboring. Don't labor a long, short, not that necessary. You just knowing it is long and short. The long, short meaning to say it take longer time to pass through this, they will be fine already. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is the long and the short breath. Okay, so after long and short breath, you said the nimitta will be appeared. We'll tell you what is the nimitta, and then the next we go to the whole breath. Can you please read the whole breath? On the mic, please, can you?
The mediator should be aware of the whole breath continuously from the beginning to the end. You should not mentally label as beginning, middle, and end. But if you must label, then label such as in-breath, out-breath, or breathing in, breathing out. Only and knowing the whole breath from the beginning to the end, which is touching at one place on the nostril or upper lip, without following it inside the body or outside. If the meditator is able to concentrate in this manner for 1 or 2 hours, then the nimitta may arise. However, regardless of whether the nimitta arises or not, you should continue to the next state.
Okay, please highlight the point. Okay, go. Okay, class, let's take a look what does it mean as a whole breath. Okay, finish highlight. Please thumb up, please. You finish, I can see you. Okay, finish. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so class, take a look. That is the whole breath, the meaning of the whole breath, you see. So you see, once the breath, sometimes it takes longer time and it takes shorter time to pass through it. If you take, no matter a long or short breath, every details that go through this part, you have to know it very well. So that we call it as the whole breath. Meaning to say the whole breath, whole 是整体. So the whole breath means the breath itself. Remember, do observe the breath once the breath go out of the body. No, don't follow the breath go into the body or go out to the body. Your observation always in the touching point only. Okay. So, but now the detail, I mean, because even though it's a long breath, it will take some time to pass through this part, and for and you have to know the process very well for every detail. So, long and short breath, whole breath, which one is more higher level? Long and short breath and whole breath, 1 and 2. Which one is more advanced? Okay. Can you surrender to Evelyn also vote for 2? How about Michael? 2 is correct. Okay. Basically, it should be more advanced at the later stage. If this is the question, the examination, the question is not tricky enough to trick people. Am I right? Of course, the higher stages is at the back. So class, if let's say you're in the long and short breath, you're in the whole breath, basically after 1 hour, the nimitta should be appeared. But it doesn't appear, we go to the next stage, some more, that will be called as a mental wish. Okay. Yes, okay, Evelyn, your turn to read, please, the mental wish. On the mic, please, Evelyn.
At this stage, you make a mental wish. May my gross breath become. Gradually, the breath will become smooth, subtle, and calm by itself. You must not purposely make the breath calm or subtle. If you purposely make the breath calm, then gradually you will gasp for air and become tired. If the breath becomes subtle by itself and the mind is calm on it, most meditators, by the power of meditation, do not find the head, nose, or body, but there exists only the breath and the mind which is meditating on it. At that moment, you cannot find I or he. At that time, there is only the concentrated mind fixed on the breath. If the mind is calm and concentrated on it for an hour, then for that period isn't the connection with loka, worldly affairs, being cut? It is. It becomes higher kusala, wholesomeness. This kusala becomes rather close to upachara samadhi, excess concentration. Due to the present effort in concentration and past parama, the past good deed, through the nimitta may arise at this stage.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's correct. Please highlight the point. Okay. Okay, class. Basically, once you reach the mental state, mental wish, this stage, one thing will happen to you that your breath will become subtle as if it doesn't exist. So remember, once the breath is so subtle, it is so crucial that you have just wait for it. If the breath disappears at this point, just wait at here, because your nimitta about to appear. Don't control the breath. Don't make the breath gross, which is not right. So just wait for that. Okay. So mental wish meaning to say at this stage, you make a determination. You tell yourself that, oh, I must be able to see my breath, and I must try to mindful to my breath. Okay. Then when you have a mental wish, you're able to see it and discover it. And then during the mental wish stages, what you should do is, number one, a few things will happen which is more awkward is, number one, your body will be disappeared. your body and also your breath, your body will disappear also. Basically, people feel scary if they notice that their body disappear. But this is good. Why? Because you reach to the excess concentration. Excess concentration meaning to say that you are quite close to the first jhana. So we call it as excess concentration. This is we call it as a mental wish. Most of the time, in the mental wish, your nimitta will appear. So what does it mean, nimitta? Okay, yeah, Shirin, can you please read the nimitta?
The nimitta can appear to different people in different way. It can look like in a white thread, a long white light, a star, a cloud, or a white cotton wool. It can appear to some as covering the whole face, or like the sun or the moon, or a pearl or ruby. It appears to different people in different way because it is produced by perception. Even though Anapanasati is only one meditation subject, it can produce various type of nimitta. Depends on the individual perception. The breath may become smoky gray color in the beginning. At that time, if you maintain the mind calmly on the breath, then only then will be breath and the smoke color become one without any difference. When the nimitta's grayish smooth color, it is parikama nimitta at the parikama samadhi stage. If it become white like a head of cotton, the nimitta is called ugaha nimitta. It become quite high. If it's white, ugaha nimitta is stable. The meditator must try to make the mind calm and concentrate on it.
Sorry, pronounced as the nimitta.
Sorry, nimitta.
Please continue.
At this stage, in trying to do so, you should not pay attention on the color of the nimitta, but pay attention on it as just the nimitta. For example, this is a cup full of water. A pearl is placed in it. Like this example, just sink the mind into nimitta. Do not investigate. It is not necessary to investigate as anicca, dukkha, anatta. It is not necessary to investigate whether it is hot or cold, hard or soft, and not necessary to pay attention on the color of the nimitta. Only need to try to make the mind calm and concentrate on the nimitta only. If it tries so, the nimitta will change from the white stage to a very brilliant stage like planet Venus. Such as nimitta is called patibhaga nimitta. If the patibhaga nimitta is attained, try to make the mind calm and concentrated on it. If the mind is calm and concentrated on the nimitta for 1 or 2 hours, most meditators can easily discern like the jhana factors if they reflect on them at that time.
Okay, thank you so much. Please highlight the point. Raise hand by Zoom, please want to finish. Okay, everybody finished. Okay, class, basically during the meditation, I think you heard people mostly say that during meditate, don't bother so much. Okay, just meditate. It is partial right only. Basically, during the meditation, some people will experience nimitta. What does it mean, nimitta? Class, take a look. Nimitta is something which, like a spotlight, appear in front of you. And the shape of the nimitta, it could be like a cotton, it could be like a crowd, or like a ruby, some like a smoke, and some is like a cobwebs, and some is like a sun. Basically, the grayish white color is the common nimitta in front of you. It begins very far away. And then this nimitta, it is getting near and near and near, and become brighter and brighter. So later on, this nimitta will try to integrate with the breath, and then the breath itself is the nimitta itself is the breath. Once the unification appeared, and the nimitta turns out become the transparent, so you're already in the first jhana. But you have to meditate at least 2 to 3 hours at these stages. So that's we call it as the nimitta. So sometimes the light appears, it doesn't stable like a spotlight. It could be the light just playing around you, or sometimes the light will be covering you. So this is not something we want, but it shows that your mind is quite, you can concentrate well. Because if your mind totally cannot concentrate, the nimitta won't appear. Once the nimitta appear, basically sometimes the joy will appear at the same time. But also got people, they feel the joys, but without the nimitta, it still will be okay. But if the light not stable, meaning to say that your mind is not stable. Why there is a different type of the shape of the nimitta is due to your perception. Your perception will decide what is the shape and what is the color of the nimitta. And so this is why, since you can decide everything, once you reach to the certain stage of the concentration, whatever you want to see, it will appear. You want to see Guan Yin will appear in front of you. You want to see the mountain will appear of you. You want to see the money will appear for you. This is why, for those who meditate by themselves, without any guidance from the teacher and the book, it might be very dangerous. Get it? Because you don't know whether it's real or not real, you see. Especially maybe you're chanting Guan Yin. So you hopefully one day I want to see the Guan Yin. But sometimes it is created by yourself. But you don't know how to differentiate whether it's real or not real. Because at the certain stage of the concentration, your mind are able to create anything what you want to see. Get it? Okay. Should I know anybody see the lights during the meditation? Can you put up your hand? Anybody see the light? Nobody see the light. Oh, Siri, you got that. Can you further elaborate how is the light you see? On the mic, please, Siri. I don't hear. Sorry. I don't hear. Yeah, can you raise? Can you adjust your volume? Maybe press again the button. Press again on and off the button again, the mic. Raise. Okay. Maybe can you please try to speak something? Can you on the mic, please? Can you?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can already straight. Yeah, please. Okay.
Okay. I find that it's like a light that appear for a short term and then coming to me like that.
It just happened every day during the meditation.
No. Occasionally.
Occasionally, more than a few times. Okay, so it happens that once you feel very calm, right?
I'm not sure whether it's because I'm very calm.
Yeah, sure, it must be very calm. So if let's say you're not sure whether it is the nimitta should be come from your mind, but not from the outside, you can check, you can experiment by yourself. You can try to do the meditation and close all the light. Then make sure no light come in. It still appears, meaning to say the light is come from yourself. That you call it as a nimitta. Okay, let's remember the appearance of nimitta, meaning to say your samadhi is good lah. You can get a nimitta, but still not that good yet. So please work harder so that the nimitta could be stable and it will in front of you. Okay, that's what you are looking for lah. Okay, but remember class, the appearance of a nimitta is some sort like a privacy in the meditation. It's just like how much you're saving in your bank. You don't simply disclose to anybody. Okay, so the one who can talk is your teacher and your colleague. Then you know very well. Just like our financial status, we don't simply disclose to anybody, except who? Except the couple, or maybe except your tax consultant, and maybe LHDN. But I think you wouldn't be so frankly honest to the LHDN. Even you want to borrow money, maybe you're not so friendly to the bank. I heard that people got three sets of account. One account is for the bank, one account is for the LHDN, and another account for ourselves. So then it's just possible that people do in this way nowadays. Three set account, possible?
No lah, we do it generally so that whoever want to see what, they can see what lo. We do one set only.
One set only. But one set will it be, I mean, because people want to get the loan from the bank, they want the approval, so maybe they will play the figure. They want to tax planning, they will play the figure. So the one for themselves is the most honest one. So possible nowadays, are they able to create three set of account to suit different purpose? Impossible.
We cannot lah. We cannot do that because we are a listed company. But of course, then for the bank, we will explain in different way, talking about a better one compared to our HDM and whatsoever. Like it's still one set, yeah. It's
still one set. But if it is not public listed company, it's possible to create three set. If not, it's possible, right? Okay. Okay. So you see, meaning to say that the nimitta also is a privacy. Don't simply disclose. Okay. And if let's say some people they claim that, oh, I can see something or what, sometimes the things what you see is appear in the nimitta, especially for those who open the third eye, they are able to see something. So they can see something because the third eye open and always it appears in the nimitta. Okay, so Evelyn and Kenny, you have to work harder so that the nimitta can appear. But anyway, the joy is the most important. Even though the rest don't have a nimitta, anybody feel the joy? Can you please prop your hand? You feel peace and joy after the meditation? Can it good also? Okay. Serena, once the nimitta appear, do you feel the peace and calm or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, have to be lah. Okay. So Tan and Evelyn, please try your heart lah. So before the graduation, not before graduation, you're about to graduate already. Hopefully you can get either one then it is very important for you. Okay. So basically, the nimitta, you have to be. There is three important terminology. Class basically the nimitta. The breath itself, we call it as a parikama nimitta, it's the breath itself. Okay, if let's say, if let's say the nimitta appeared, you see, a parikama nimitta is what? Is once the grayish smoke color appears. One is turned become white color, we call it as a ugaha nimitta. Okay, then once the nimitta are getting stronger and transparent, we call it as a padibhaga nimitta. So there's a different name for the nimitta. So that is the meaning for the nimitta. Okay, then next we go to the jhana factor. Okay, yeah, Evelyn, can you please read the 5 jhana factor?
The 5 jhana factors are apparent: vitaka, initial application of the mind. It is the applying of the mind on the object, the Anapanapatibhaga nimitta. Vichara, sustained application of mind, the continuous sustaining of the mind on the Anapanapatibhaga nimitta. Piti, joy or liking for the object, Anapanapatibhaga nimitta. Sukkah, pleasant feeling or happiness associated experiencing the Anapanapatibhaga nimitta. Ekagata, one-pointedness of mind on the Anapanapatibhaga nimitta.
Okay, please highlight the point.
Master,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah, please ask.
Yeah, I remember last time when I met my cousin, he was from Ipoh. He did a lot of meditation. Then he told me that he actually can see the spirits when he came back from the temple along the way. So he told me actually he saw a lot of this so-called the spiritual along the way. Is that true? Or like just now you mentioned that is what the mind actually want to see. I become a bit worried of him, that why he he sees so much of this so-called the spiritual whatever. Yeah.
Okay. How old is your relative?
I think maybe in his 50s. But he's actually having a lot of hardship. He's very difficult for his family. He has, of course, a wife, children, but financially he's not so well to do. He's very stressful. But I don't know whether because of this reason.
No. I know. I can check by the facts. Okay, so you just answer my question. Second, does he encounter any hallucination or not?
No, he didn't. Yeah.
No schizophrenia. Okay. Okay. If let's say without any schizophrenia, and he can work. What is his occupation?
Now he's actually, because of MCO, so he's selling chichongban.
Okay, so he can do his normal work lah.
Yes.
Okay, if that's the case, we can say that if let's say what he says is correct, he got a trance type of the body lah. Meaning to say that he is able to receive the calling is due to his body. Okay, so he's able to check it lah. So the calling basically this type is not the meditation. It is not created by the meditation. If let's say it's a calling, meaning to say he can become a medium and have a communication with the other, all the being lah. Okay, if that's the case, from the perspective of Buddhism, basically we discourage them to enhance the ability as a medium lah. We encourage them to do more meditation and learn the right path lah. But if let's say he have been destined to become the medium, okay, so nothing much we can do. He have to help people so that as a medium to communicate to the being and help people. Basically, it's the right one, meaning to say that he still have a right occupation, still can have his family, and once he's become a medium, sometimes all the hardship will go. Sometimes the hardship will keep on coming because he refuses to become medium. Sometimes it happens in this way. So once he promised to become a medium, all the hardship will go. Sometimes it happens in this way because I got a few friends who are the medium. I know I have a long conversation with them. I know the situation. Okay. So provided that he is not schizophrenia, he is a normal people, and let's say he's really the medium. If he refuses, he have to make the application from the God who come to him. So keep on mentioning that I refuse. Can you please look for other people? I don't want to deal. I don't want to bargain. He can try to refuse it. Okay, he can't avoid because all things will keep on coming. Then he have to look for somebody who are quite expertise in the medium so they can help him because the only medium can help medium. We are not the medium. We are just teacher only. We teach the theory, so not much we can do. So he had to look for other medium to tell him how to, how to avoid himself for being as a medium. Okay, so basically, I think it's not hallucination. I think it's not created by the samadhi. I think it's a real one. The way I hear your explanation.
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems still very calm, and then he still go to the temple, and then like every Saturday night he still go for meditation. But he just say it's okay to see them. He said he just come back home and just do the necessary.
Okay. Is he a Buddhist?
I think it's more not really actual Buddhist. But he's go to the, I think it's the Siam temple.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Siam temple, but still not clear. Information is not enough because the Siam temple got some Buddhist.
Actually, I didn't go deep with that because I saw his face was very serious and very solemn. So he always frowned down. I never see him smile, and so
I see.
just talk like that. Yeah.
He needs somebody to guide him, so that he can, enjoy his life, Okay. Okay. Being able to receive the calling it doesn't really enjoy. It doesn't really enjoy the life, because this is your obligation, and then it's not happy to predict, to see the people future, because the future can be suffering. How will you happy? You always know the things, you can see the future of somebody, but it's regards to sickness and death. How can you feel happy? Right? And yet you cannot prevent it. It's meaningless. It's better like us, like the normal people, we don't know. Okay, that's good. So we just enjoy the present moment and prepare for the future. Right? So that's why not all the media are happy. If I can read your mind, you think I'm really happy? If I read the mind, the student heart say, this master, I don't like it. Then in the heart will say, this master, actually, I hope to graduate as soon as possible. And then maybe the heart say, I really also don't like this master. It's not good, right? Or everybody got their own privacy. Or if you can read people's heart, I think your husband will run away. I got one medium friend, his husband ran away because she's able to read the people's mind, and the husband feels so scary, Oh, am I right? Everybody must have some privacy in their heart. So that's why it is not good to for being able this type of a psychic power. Better if you have, don't disclose to the people. Just keep it as low profile as possible. You yourself will get into the trouble, Okay, this is something you have to know. Then you can, provide some information to them. Okay, class. So what does it mean? Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukkah, and Ekakata. Vitaka means what? I give you a good example. Let's take a look. This is the bee and the flower. You see, once the bee come to the flower, then the bee will keep on lingering on the flower. Once the bee come to the flower, we call it as a vitaka. When the bees keep on lingering the flower, we call it as a vichara. Once you pay attention to the breath, it's a vitaka. And once you continue observing the breath in out mindfully for every moment, that is the vichara. Once the vichara can sustain about maybe 15 minutes, basically the joy will appear. Once the joy enhances, it will become a Sukkah. Okay, so what's the difference between the joy and the Sukkah? If let's say you are crossing to the desert, you will be very thirsty, right? For those who is very thirsty, once they see the oasis, they will feel the joy. So the joy is the joy we call it as piti. Okay, the joy we call it as a piti. It's a piti. But if you really drink the water, we call it as a Sukkah. So Sukkah actually is higher level than the piti. But once you reach to the first jhana, you must have ekakata, one pointedness. You will feel that your heart and the breath will unify together. So you find that one pointedness. Okay, basically this 5 ekakata can appear no matter good or bad deeds, it can appear. Okay, for example, have you ever played the mahjong before? Have you ever played the mahjong? You ever played yet? You haven't played it. Do you have experience that if you long term play the mahjong, once you close your eye, maybe the fat choy will appear in your heart. Am I right? You will appear in your heart, right? So that is ekagata. It is ekagata. Ekagata not in the meditation only. So then, have you ever tried to do the account until you forget the time and forget the meal? Have you ever experienced that? Sorry, you never. If you're able to reach that stage, that is ekagata. And some people they play the music, they will forget themselves and feel the joy. So that is a 5 jhana anga factor. But the method itself is not able to guide them further. So you have to meditate in order to guide you further. So that's we call it as a 5 jhana anga factor. You have to know it well, because later on you go to meditate. You have to use this knowledge to bring you to the first jhana. Okay. So class, I have to stop the class.